We know he's out for the season with the torn Achilles tendon. It was a complete tear on his first pass attempt as a New York Jet on Monday Night Football. I'll be honest with you, I feel really bad. I do, because I live in this city. I live in New York, and Jets fans are just heartbroken, and I really think the team is cursed. I really do. And it's sad to say, but it's been 55 years since they've won a championship. You and I have talked about this before. I don't think the Jets were a legitimate Super Bowl contender this year, but I definitely thought they were going to make the playoffs. I still think they might, which might be crazy to say.
Mm-hmm.
But at 39 years old, will Aaron Rodgers play again?
I don't know. Knowing the competitor that he is and the kind of player that he is, I think he will do everything in his power to come back. But man, you're 39 years old. You just completely tore your Achilles. So, and that's a year off. So now you're coming back at 40, and we've seen what this guy is capable of and the level that he has played at for years. So I just don't know. Like, maybe we see him again, but I just don't think we're ever going to see the Aaron Rodgers we're used to again. Like, I think this is a brutal blow for him and obviously for the Jets too. I think it's funny. Their Super Bowl odds went from like 16-1, I think, to 32-1 overnight. Even after their win, just from losing Rodgers. And, I felt bad too. He goes down. It was like, especially after the big entrance with the American flag, they're fired up. The Jets
9/11.
fans are going 9/11. Jets fans are going crazy. And then he plays four downs, 4 snaps. He's in there for 75 seconds and goes to the ground, and they kind of pander on the crowd, and everybody's going, what the fuck? And then, the most telling one was they cut to Salah, and he just had the 1,000-yard stare, just like he just couldn't believe it, man. And oof. I saw some videos on Twitter where they did like a close up and zoom in on his leg, and you can literally see his Achilles snap, like in the video. Just brutal, man. You never root for an injury, whether you like the player or not. I'm not going to pretend to have said nice things about Aaron Rodgers in the past, because I've definitely said a lot of mean stuff, but I can't deny his talent. And it's just unfortunate for the Jets, especially with how much hype was around them, and for their fans. They're 100% feels like they're cursed, but credit their defense. Their defense looked really damn good. Garrett Wilson had one of the best catches I think I've ever seen last night, where he batted the ball away from the DB and then was able to rein it in as he was going to the ground. And God damn it, they won. So I don't know. I mean, Allen was terrible last night. 3 interceptions and a fumble. He admitted it. He took credit for the loss. He said, I'm the reason they lost. So I'm sure the Bills will be back. But either way, hell of a win for the Jets. But just, unfortunate. It was like you were saying, like he's the opening of your intro video. And I had to laugh when you played it earlier. It's just all the hype that was around this guy, all the talk this offseason about him going to the Jets. And it's just 4 plays and 75 seconds later, it's all done. So, I mean, I think there is, like, you start to question if he actually ever will play for the Jets again.
That's a fair assessment. I think here's my take on it, and mine might be a little different. I think the injury happened early in the season enough where his rehab, off-season, recover time, preseason, coming back, he signed through 2025. So I don't see a reason why he won't be back unless Aaron Rodgers pulls an Aaron Rodgers and he just doesn't want to play anymore. Was this a whole publicity stunt? Potentially. People like to argue nowadays it's part of the NFL script. Tearing your Achilles on play 4 of the season is not part of anyone's script.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. It happened. Brady had an ACL back in 2008 or 2009. I believe it was 2009. I could be wrong. Maybe it was 08. It was the year Matt Castle came in.
Mm-hmm.
They went 11-5 and missed the playoffs. But Brady was much younger back then. You know, to your point, Rodgers is 39. He'll be 40 next year. So we saw Brady play till 45. Rodgers technically didn't play his first 3 NFL years. So if you subtract 3 years from his career, 2008 was when he started playing, and it's 2023. So he's really only played 15 years, if you think about it that way.
Sure.
So we'll see. Now, I want to ask you this, Andy. Zach Wilson and I ask you this because Zach Wilson looked pretty decent last night. He wasn't great, but he got the job done. He managed the game. He didn't lose them the game like he has in the past. I'll be honest, I think he's learned a lot from Aaron Rodgers in his short time with the Jets thus far. You know, Breece Hall had a dominant game. I think that helped. The 127 yards on 10 carries, which, by the way, remember our segment on From the Stands? I said Breece Hall is better than Najee Harris in college football. Breece Hall's looking like he's recovering pretty well from injury.
Yeah, first game back from an ACL, and he looked pretty much untouchable. Looked quite a bit better than Dalvin Cook did, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just I still think the Jets can win a decent amount of games. They said today they're starting to reach out to free agent guys, but Zach Wilson is still the unquestioned starter, which I thought was interesting. But I think my dream scenario is go get Jameis Winston. I'd love to see Jameis in the Jets, or it'd be even funnier, I think, if they somehow lured Tom Brady out of retirement and he came back to take the reins under center. But sounds like as of right now, the plan is Zach Wilson. So I'll go with that. But they're gonna bring in somebody. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in a couple older guys and then, you know, work them out and see what they think. But it's again, just knowing Wilson's track record, I think it's just only a matter of time before he gets his spot taken. But you're right, he didn't lose the game for him. He played fine last night. But we'll see. It's very, very interesting. I think I saw names like Jameis. Colin Kaepernick's agents reached out, which, dude, you haven't played in the league in 7 years. It's
been a while.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah.
You know, I saw Matt Ryan's not retired yet. Carson Wentz on the list. Phillip Rivers goes on, but
yeah,
I don't know, man. I think for me, I go get Jameis and let him fucking sling it to these decent receivers you guys actually have these days. But
that might be a good option. We know he throws a lot of touchdowns.
He also throws a lot of interceptions. That's the only issue.
But the reason why an upgraded quarterback is probably necessary for this season, the Jets defense is elite. I mean, we saw last night, Jordan White had 3 picks. Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, you know, solid guys. So there was rumors about Carson Wentz too, and that just scares me. I think if you're going to bring a veteran quarterback in, like Nick Foles maybe too, that's another name you could look at. Like if you want to stick with Wilson, but bring in a veteran that's around in the room to back him up, Foles might be a decent placeholder option because he's on the street. You wouldn't have to trade assets for him. Mm-hmm. So plus he's won a ring. So
yeah, no, I mean BDN. I'm a BDN guy, so I wouldn't hate that. I saw Flacco's interested in coming back to him because again, he's on the street. I don't think he's anywhere else. Oh yeah, they need a backup. I'll go mess around. But
yeah, who is their backup? see
I
who
don't
it
even know now.
is. They had 2 on the active, and then there's a practice squad guy. I think it's Strevler, but I could be wrong.
That sounds right.
No, it's Tim Boyle. Rodgers is back up in Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. And then Strevler's on their practice squad, I think.
Possibly.
Jets
So
key,
I don't know. Is there like a borderline playoff team now with
Oh,
Rodgers?
no.
out?
It looks like they cut Strevler and
part of
then,
ways.
Tim Boyle. So they'll probably, that's interesting, dude. I don't know. There's just so many ways they could go with it, but just a kick in the nuts for Jets fans when you think you're going to get a season of Aaron Rodgers, and nope, it's the MILF Hunter, Zach Wilson, back again.
It's terrible. It sucks. It sucks. And they got Dallas next week. So
Yeah.
at least they beat Buffalo, though.
You're right. Yeah.